Good evening everyone. So yeah, lekker Monday again. Rustenburg is quite rainy, so we had a recipe planned for today. Something for the lunch boxes. Like our previous video, we did a quick something that you can do, the potato pizza. You can use as a snack, as a starter, and for the kids for the lunchbox. So we had something planned like that for today again. But yeah, with the weather being what it is, lekker raining, I'm actually in my slippers, lekker slippers for today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a potato soup. Very easy, very nice recipe. But before we get to ingredients, I just want to brief everyone quickly again to subscribe to our channel. We do a lot of nice videos on the channel, and then what's new, we haven't done a FaceTime for a bit, so what's new coming, we've got our hot sauce on the market from next week, ready for April. East End Butchery here in Ritter Park, they already have our sauces on the shelf. They got their sauces this week. Hyper Butchery at Geelhout, they will get their hot sauce sauces this week. And then from next week, we'll have our brand new sauce also on the market. Very nice sauce, new recipe. We have the recipe all planned. We still don't have a name, still working on that, and we're still working on a label. But that needs to be finished by next week, so you guys can get that in stores from Wednesday. It will also be available at Pick and Pay from next week. Not the hot sauce, that we will still do on a later stage. Okay, and then the other thing is I just want to show you guys quickly on my phone our Facebook page, the Instagram, our TikTok, and then of course our YouTube channel. So I'm just going to ask my wife to turn her phone. So you can see on my phone, the only thing I typed in is Warrior Industries. It will show you exactly, immediately go to our website. Then you've got our Facebook page. You scroll down a bit, you will start seeing our YouTube videos and so forth. So if you enter on our YouTube, that video is our 8 sauces explained. So you can just go there, and then on my phone you won't see it because I'm the admin, but it will, as soon as you go into the video, on the bottom here, it will show subscribe to the channel. So you can see on our page, there's a lot of videos. There's quarter legs we did last week. So we do videos. There's a little one. They made a nice dessert. There's our kudu burgers. There's some mosey stuff. Crump mushrooms or crump pepper dew. I can't remember. That was a crump pepper dew. So there's a lot of videos that we do. Nice recipes on our Facebook, YouTube channel. You can check that out. And on the description on this page, I'll add our link to the Instagram and to our TikTok videos. So here we go. I've got 5 nice potatoes peeled already. I've got a half a teaspoon garlic, teaspoon salt, teaspoon black pepper, and a half a teaspoon nutmeg. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of butter, margarine, and I've got a couple of slices of salami. So that we're going to use everything on the in and on the soup. And then I've got 300 milliliters of milk. I'm sure you're not going to use all of that, but it's always better to take more than not enough. So if you don't use everything, just put it back in your container. But first off, what you're going to do is I'm quickly going to move everything, and I'm going to start cutting my potatoes so they can cook quicker. So what you want to do is you want to cut your potato in centimeter blocks. So I cut that one in half. I'm going to cut it this way again. After that, I'm going to cut them again. So you just want to do centimeter blocks on them, not too small, otherwise it's going to be like a mash in a pot while boiling. You don't want that. Nice centimeter blocks. And then before we cut off, you will see that I have my garlic here, and I have my nutmeg and my salt. So when you put your potatoes in the pot to cook, you want to add your garlic, nutmeg and salt. That gives your potato a flavor. So that is what you do before you take it off the stove, so your potatoes cook in that flavors. Give it a marvelous taste. And then afterwards we'll add the black pepper and the butter. Okay, there's our potatoes cut. I'm going to add my garlic to that. I'm going to add my nutmeg. I'm going to add my salt. So I'm going to put this in a pot with boiling water and cook them until they are soft. They need to be soft. Very important, you don't want to stir it the whole time. So you throw it in, let everything mix from the beginning. You let it go. Cook it on about a bit higher than a medium heat, but not too high, otherwise the bottom one's going to burn to the pot. So cook them until they are soft. Use a toothpick or my wife's got a little panicky that she uses with her cakes. You can use that or a toothpick to taste the softness, but they need to be soft before you carry on. There we go. So you can see here's our potatoes, nice and soft, and that's exactly what you want. So what we're going to do now, so we have them on the stove for about a half an hour on a bit higher than medium heat. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our butter, 2 tablespoons, going to add that to our mix. And we're going to take our pepper, going to add that. And then we're also going to add, remember we had the salami, so I took them and I cut them in small blocks. So we're going to add half of that into our mix. And then I'm going to add, let's say, this is 300 ml, so I'm going to add a bit of milk. We add, there's about 150 left. So we're just going to start with that quickly. I'm quickly going to mash this up and then check our consistency and see where we need more moisture. So I did mash this and I'm starting to stir them. I can see my consistency is still a bit thick. So I'm going to add my rest of my 150 ml milk. So there's a total of 300 ml in here. I'm just going to stir them again. So you can see with the other 150 ml milk, perfect. So you can add milk as you wish. You can keep it with 150. You can put 300. You can add more. I like this consistency. It's not too sloppy. And then remember, you can add a spice as well to bring out the flavor. I didn't add any additional spices to the recipe, but I did add now because we're going to dish up. I did add about a tablespoon of Robinson's chicken spice just to give it a nice flavor. So I'm quickly going to dish up for you. You can see what it looks like. There you go, guys. A nice serving of our legendary potato soup. Did add a bit of salami there on the side. We've got a couple of croutons here to eat it with. There's a bit of pepper dew just for a bit of flavor and texture. But perfect. Nice recipe. Takes you about 45 minutes from beginning to the end. Just a quick one before we go. We are working on a what do you call it? Recipe book.
Recipe book.
Recipe book. That will be. We are busy with. We're going to have a meeting on Wednesday with the people making the cover. We did find someone to bind it for us. And of course, all the recipes in there is stuff that we do, stuff that we are famous for. So that's coming out and it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone have a nice evening, eh?